Welcome back, everyone, to VGL. We are playing Batman Arkham Asylum. We just beat up the first Titan boss thing. With me is Ice Bear Judgeth.
Hi.
And Madragon 249.
Hey. I love how that security guard was basically just trolling me, like, "Oh, quick, get in here!" He walked into the electric fence again.
I dragged Jerry in here, powered up the gate.
Yeah, so unfortunately, this one section here will mean that we have to go on like a wild goose chase for the rest of the night, because Arkham Asylum takes place in one night, which is actually kind of interesting because you see him throughout the entire game getting more worn down and beaten up.
Mm.
Kind of crazy when you think about it, because so much stuff does go on.
Yeah,
in the game.
He spends 10 hours just looking for Riddler trophy.
That's surprisingly accurate. Yeah.
I don't want to escape. I'm having way too much fun. I even have you here to keep a smile on my face.
Love the Joker in this.
Really? We'll see.
Yeah, I have to say he's like a very gripping antagonist.
In case you were planning on
I suppose that's one of the cool things, actually, is that well, I mean, that's like the whole appeal of Batman, isn't it? That he has good bad guys.
Yeah,
basically.
his rogues gallery is fantastic.
It's like you like the villains more than Batman himself.
Mm.
Yeah, definitely. Batman is...
But that really works in a game where you play as Batman, surely, because Batman's kind of a bit more of a blank vessel because the player is sort of using him and you're more interested in fighting the antagonists, who are the most interesting part of the universe.
Yeah, definitely. Although I will say that whenever they start developing Bruce Wayne as a character, that is pretty interesting. But Batman, you know, he isn't anything. He's a symbol. But Bruce Wayne is a dude, and I like it when they focus on Bruce.
Mm.
Specifically, when you get to see his point of view through the Scarecrow sections, which I know you don't like, so whatever.
I mean, I didn't hate them, but they were probably my least favorite part, just because I'm not great at platforming.
Really? You preferred the... Okay, well, when I say the Scarecrow sections, I don't mean the actual gameplay sections. I mean, like, the psychic trip-out bits leading up to that, where they play on your expectations of what's going on.
No, I thought that was actually really cool.
Yeah. That's what everyone loves, not the platforming sections.
Oh, right. Is that what I was saying I disliked? Or you thought I was saying I disliked?
That's what we thought you were saying, yeah.
Oh, no, I didn't mean that at all. I meant the actual gameplay sections where,
those are garbage. They're fucking insta-kills. It's total bullshit.
Why wasn't that obvious to you then?
Because when you see the Scarecrow sections, what we think of is the best bits of the Scarecrow sections. Communication error.
I remember those a lot less. Like, now that you mention it, I realise that, but like a lot more prevalent in my mind at the time was the actual boss fight sections. So
yeah,
because I'd failed them quite a lot. So yeah.
Yeah. So right here we see an example of Batman's detective vision being complete bullshit and having like this super high-tech gadget stuff. It only gets worse in the later games. In Arkham Knight, he manages to...
It's pretty interesting that Officer Gordon is 99.83% whiskey, though.
No. They're locating Officer Ball's drink because he's an alcoholic, so they're following it through the air.
Alcoholics don't drop their drinks.
No, they're monitoring like his breath residue or some bullshit like that.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Something along those
But
lines.
it only gets more bullshit in the later games.
How can he see that though? It's
detective vision.
Physically see it, and it should have dissipated into the air anyway, I guess.
B-Man, Mr. J doesn't want you following us just yet.
It's also quite a cool idea that, well, it's kind of made clear to you through the narrative that you're pretty much on a rail for this game, and the point of it is that you're trying to get off the rail, you know, like you're trying to get to the Joker before he wants you to get there to sort of...
Yeah, you're trying to foil his plans.
Yeah.
So something that's cool, like this is the first time we see it, is when After this cutscene, Batman now has a cut on his chest from the elevator collapsing, and that will be there for the rest of the game, which is pretty cool. I like how it has some sort of permanent damage to it.
No, I can definitely appreciate how they update the character model as with the narrative progression.
Yeah. Tomb Raider did something similar to that actually later in... I bring that up because I'm going to be doing a review on it soon, and it's weird in that game.
The new one?
Yeah, 2013. I mean, not the new one. Don't know what was going on there.
The old new one.
Yeah, the old new one. It was a bit weird in that game because she had you don't see her skin on that. I guess it's because she's a girl and that'd be weird. You're like, ooh, sexualizing Lara by showing her skin. So they've just put two tank tops on her. So when she loses her first tank top, it's like, oh, but it's okay. I've got another tank top under it, so it's all good. It's a bit weird. That really cut deep. I lost my first tank top.
But these tank tops were designed to be unbreachable.
Yeah.
I mean, a part of me regrets. I might end up getting the remastered version of Tomb Raider on PS4 at some point because I kind of regret never finishing the first one because I kind of did get sick of it, but I probably could have gone back to it, and it wouldn't have caused me too much of a problem.
Got sick of it?
Yeah, I got a bit bored partway through because it felt like, you know how every Ubisoft game they ever make now is the same?
Yeah.
Yes, it was like that, but obviously Square Enix.
That's strange, though, because it's like, Tomb Raider was, when I got it on PC in a sale, it was like one of the games that I couldn't put down for like a week and a half, 2 weeks or something.
Yeah, I guess I wasn't in the right mood for it or something, I don't know.
Yeah, it definitely is a game that you have to be in the right mood for, I find, because if you're not into, like, the whole, like, there is one problem I have with that game. Like, if you want a deep story, it is not for that. Like, Lara becomes a fucking psychopath in 3 days on that island. 3 days!
She becomes a psychopath in, like, a couple of hours. She, like,
actually, that's true, yeah.
Her first animal, and then and that's the thing I hate, was that the collectibles immediately then pop up, and it's like, oh... Killed 5 more animals very quickly.
Yeah.
She doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, but it's like, she actually specifically says, like, I had to kill a guy, and Rolf is like, oh, that couldn't have been easy, Laura. And she's like, it's scary how easy it was. It's like, you fucking psychopath. What's wrong with you? Anyway, we just unlocked the, going back to Batman now. Sorry about that. Yeah. We unlocked the inverted takedown, which is one of the best moves in all of Batman history. And cool. Thankfully, it is an automatic unlock in the rest of the Arkham games. So even in Arkham Origins, which he shouldn't have the move, he does anyways. Whatever. I could go on for ages about that game and how it doesn't make sense. Alright, so this is the first time we encounter guards with, or sorry, not guards, but Blackwell prisoners or Arkham prisoners with guns. So if you just go head up in front of them, they quite surprisingly decide to shoot you. So you've got to sneak up behind them.
Which is cool because it is how Batman would do it.
Yeah. Also, something I really like, and this was the first game I know of to do it, was like when you were taking down an enemy, it does like this really cool blur effect on the rest of the game that I really quite like. I'm not sure if you can see what's going, see it in this.
No, I can appreciate that. Yeah, my eyesight's not that bad. I mean, obviously there was a.
I meant more like the YouTube compression.
Oh right. Yeah, no. What is this uploaded in, like 720?
I don't know. I think so.
Assuming the or wait, what do you upload the normal one in like 1080, right? Or do you not?
No, 720. This is only a 720 game, actually.
Oh right, of course.
PS3.
Yeah. Wait, you're playing this on a PS3?
Yeah, that's why I'm getting trophies.
Yeah, they don't have trophies on the PS4.
It's not on PS4.
Of course it's not.
What?
I don't know one yet. Right? You don't expect me to know. Expect me to know things, yeah. Right.
So Arkham Knight is the game that's on PS4.
That's one thing that bothers me, is that he's able to quietly like rend the metal on a grate and silently push it to one side. The
Yeah.
amount of like noise it would make from like being bent out of shape like that is,
Yeah, that is a bit ridiculous.
I remember playing these like sections in the game, and
I think this was the
you
first
seem
one
to
I
be playing
struggled
it.
with a bit.
You seem to be
Oh, no,
playing
wait,
it
no,
like
it's
quite
not.
aggressively.
Yeah, I am
Like,
pretty
you know,
How do
aggressive.
you mean?
Well, it's like you going in, taking them down. Like
Quickly?
me, I tend
Oh,
to
I
like
see. You're not.
play
To be fair,
very cowardly.
you read the room sort of thing. You get your bearings and look from one of the perches, and then sort of wait for their patrols or whatever.
Yeah, but I've played this game a few times,
Yeah,
so
that's what I was thinking. Is that yeah?
so I kind of know what they're
has their
like
patterns
from the get-go.
memorized, probably.
Yeah. You actually saw my batarang there in the
Yeah, that
cutscene.
was cool. Were you hitting the teeth then or something?
Yeah, I was trying to get the teeth, but then
I can see
then
them.
the cutscene started.
Mm.
Remember, boys, look in every corner. He's a tricky one. Good
I love
There's
the commentary by the Joker in this as well.
Yes, it is so good, and it's also a nice explanation for how the guards know like how many, or not the guards, how the enemies know like how many are left and how they should act. Like he's already
Yeah, and
taken
the fact
3 of
that
you
they-
down. Get
Yeah,
to
the
him.
fact that they get more nervous and erratic and stuff like that is
Yes. Oh, it is so amazing. This is the only game I can think of where the more you take out enemies silently, the more paranoid they get. And so something that you can do in this
Yeah.
game, which is really cool, is like if they have like a really high heart rate and they're worried because they can't find you, if they end up seeing you, they'll actually get shocked and like take a quick step back and scream like, "Ah, it's Batman!" and stuff. Like they won't immediately shoot you if they're paranoid. But if you're constantly getting shot at, then they're not that scared of you.
Mm.
Anyway, so what I just picked up was an interview tape for Harley Quinn, and they have one of those for they have 5 of those actually, for all of the like main bad guys in Arkham Asylum, so you get to know more about their backstory and how they act and what their personality is like. So even if they don't get that much time in the limelight in the game proper, you do have the cassette tapes.
I appreciated that there was lots of sort of flavor, bits added to it.
Yeah. That's actually how I found out a lot about the Batman universe, was from those tapes and from their little like descriptions that they give you. Like one of my favorite,
like all of Oracle's backstory thing was on there as well.
yeah. One of my
just an
favorite
example.
Batman villains is one that I've never read a single comic of, never seen in a single animated series or anything like that. It's Amadeus, or no, not Amadeus. Oh god, I think it might be Amadeus. No, what am I? This is embarrassing. I can't think of his name now. But it was basically the opposite of Batman. Like he was like a white knight where his parents were gunned down by police officers, and he's dedicated his life to taking down all police officers and vigilantes like Batman because he wants to get revenge on them. And he's basically just as skilled as Batman, except he's like the alternate version of Batman. So this is the Riddler, and he is the one responsible for putting all those Riddler trophies around, and he's also giving us a lot of puzzles, and so you've got to observe the environment, then scan them, and then you get to complete a riddle, and they'll give you XP, which is pretty cool. What do you guys think about that?
Yeah, they're okay for the beginning, but then
Yeah.
I completed a few already.
eventually they get to a point where it's like, yeah, I'm too dumb to figure them out, so yeah.
This room is too
Basically.
big to scan all of it.
There is like one section I think in this where I don't know where it is, and I just scan everything because it's like partially solved, and I'm like just quickly scanning it everywhere to try and get it.
I used the shit out of those little tunnels. That was the thing. In this particular section, I remember using them a lot. Like I was, a lot more furtive and less confrontational at first.
Yeah. Well, later on, well, you come back to this section, and I use those tunnels a lot more in that section because you can't use the gargoyles as much later on, unfortunately.
They never stood a chance.
Was Bowles alone?
Thought he was. Then I saw Harley Quinn. She was surrounded by Black Gate prisoners. They were just killing everyone in the room. I had no choice. I got in here, locked the door. I could see them.
It's actually kind of crazy how much death is in this game.
Yeah, well, I mean, that is the Joker's plan, isn't it?
Yeah.
He
Well,
does
see,
say
that's
at
the
the
thing with
beginning,
Joker.
doesn't he?
We
He
don't.
only killed 3 the last time he escaped, so I best go for a few hundred this time.
Yeah.
Didn't he? Yeah.
But see, the Joker's weird because sometimes he'll just let you live because, and sometimes he'll kill you because you really don't know what to do with the Joker.
It's like Two-Face, but without a coin.
Yeah. Two-Face at least has the, like, the good side that you know he has. Like, you're not sure about the Joker if, like, his good side is even real or if it's just another joke. Because that's actually something that they get into it about in the interview
See, they have
tapes.
the noise on that. Just, sorry, I know that's an interesting point, but like, yeah, he made a shitload of noise removing that grate.
Yeah, he
I don't
does.
see how it's quiet doing it from the inside, but yeah.
Yeah, he does it because there's like no one around, so it's like, oh, fuck it, don't need to be quiet. Just kick the fuck out of it. Oh, actually, hang on. This scene is like one of my favorite. Oh, it's so memorable just coming out here and seeing the entirety of Arkham.
First time, yeah.
Yeah. Because this place is like a mini sandbox. Because you can go all across the island whenever you want, pretty much. Like, as long as you've got, like, the tools required.
Yeah.
So they do a very nice way of guiding you towards the right direction without feeling like you're being
Jesus, that
on a
moon
tunnel.
is
On a tunnel.
ridiculous.
What was that?
That moon is ridiculous.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Like, the speed at which you're picking up Riddler trophies as well is just ridiculous.
I do remember where quite a few of them are placed, thankfully.
Apparently so, yeah.
What was I saying? Oh yeah, they do play a few interview tapes with the Joker where it's like, so why does this happen? It's like, my father was a drinker, he'd always beat me, and then it's like, I'm not buying that. It's like, I always wanted to join the circus, not falling for it, and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, I remember one of those tapes, yeah. I listened to all of those recordings, I think.
They're so good.
What's wrong? Where are you?
I think my favorite is the one with Zaz, because he eventually manages to kill the lady that who was interviewing him last time.
Oh yeah.
Riddler's ones are also really good because just listening to the Riddler getting flustered is hilarious.
I don't think I've listened to the Riddler ones. I don't know if I managed to find them.
Maybe. But yeah, I think even if you don't want to find them, I think it's worth just like going on YouTube and just listening to them all, like have someone else find them all for you.
Yeah. I mean, it's the same thing basically.
Yeah.
You just don't get the PlayStation 3 trophies on the PlayStation 3.
So
which is what this game is on the PlayStation 3.
What's the point of doing it if you don't get trophies?
I know.
Oh, so Dr. Amadeus is the guy who
started
made
Arkham Asylum.
So yeah, Amadeus was right. Yeah.
No, I was thinking of a different villain actually. I forget what it is. I'm gonna have to Google it. It's like opposite of Batman villain.
Maybe
Well,
Prometheus.
Batman.
Prometheus,
I saw those.
not Amadeus. Got my U's confused.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was Prometheus, and then I was like, no, that's the Ridley Scott movie, isn't it?
Yeah, the Greek mythological character.
Yeah, too.
Just so many Riddler trophies.
I know, it's ridiculous. They just like never end.
Well, it was more the fact
Just
that
making it
you,
look
like,
so easy.
you've probably gotten about as many as I got in the entire game. Like, soonish you'll have that. Does he? It's not scripted when he says like certain ones were easy, is it? He just sort of occasionally gives feedback.
No,
on
it's done
stuff when
per
you find a
percent.
trophy.
So if you get So
Oh, I see.
you could do one of the more difficult ones at a 5%, and he'll say like, "That was one of the easy ones."
Wow, he really lumped them all in the same place.
There's a few I'm missing, but I get them
It's
later, I
interesting
think.
how, like, the Joker has this big plan with all these criminals, and the Riddler's just, like, putting his little trophies here and there, and the Joker's just like, okay, Riddler, you do you. You do you. You leave these trophies around here. We'll just get on with the plan.
And that was important to do because that's also a trophy. Gliding for like 200 meters, I think it is. Maybe 100 meters, I forget.
Well, that's a Riddler trophy.
No, a regular trophy.
Yeah.
It should be popping up any... Yeah, there we go. PlayStation 3 trophies, unfortunately, are super delayed because they weren't intended to be on the system at the start, unlike achievements. So you got to deal with like a small delay.
Well, I'm learning to live with it, so it's okay.
I'm glad. I'm glad you can manage to look past that. Thankfully, the PlayStation 4 doesn't have that, although it does have the problem of the fucking syncing trophies still.
I don't think I ever got this one. I'd be interested to see what Tweedledum and Tweedledee saw.
Oh, you never got that one?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Also, this
Unless I
one
googled it.
I normally get after fighting Poison Ivy because that's where you exit. But there you go. It's a seesaw.
That was a trophy?
Yeah.
How do you even know?
What do you mean? I've played this game a bunch.
You know how much Raven has played the Arkham
Yes,
games?
but
Like, he
look at it,
100%ed
look at
Arkham City.
How are you supposed to find these things without... some shit?
They actually do give you quite a good chance at solving it yourself because the Riddler leaves his maps lying about which tell you like where in the general area a Riddler trophy or a Riddler puzzle is. So you know to look around that area for the clue. So they're not too mean. You
What
could
does
always
Batman
just
do with the Riddler trophies once he gets them? Does he carry them around?
yes.
Okay.
I don't know.
I feel like that's exactly how the developers would answer that question as well.
Probably.
He does whatever you want him to do with them.
He's Batman. He does whatever he wants.
His belt has many pouches. Many
It's true.
pouches.
Supply of explosive gel.
I did love that bit. There's a supply of explosive gel. It was kind of like a bit of an Adam West kind of moment.
Yeah.
Well, not quite as bad as shark repellent spray.
They make a reference to that in Arkham City, and it's amazing. Like, if you die from a shark in Arkham City, it's like, should have brought your shark repellent spray or something like that. Or a flurry of punches is a great shark repellent, I think, maybe? Something like that. It's so good. I love the fact that they actually reference it. And in Arkham Knight, there's an Adam West skin for the PlayStation 4.
Ah, that's really cool. Does it give him the gut hanging out as well? Or...
I think it's a little gut, like not as big as Adam West, but it's bigger than he normally does.
I watched a few episodes. Like, there was just a point where it was on one of the obscure channels on TV where they were just showing all the Adam West, like, Batman things, and that was amazing. I loved that.
I've never seen it. I really gotta.
Such fun to watch. But, like, I think Madeline would love Batman a lot more. I think everyone would love Batman more if he was, like, always, like, canonically played by Adam West or someone who just heavily resembled Adam West. Because I think people can relate to, like, someone who's just, like...
Not a billionaire
visibly
playboy?
overweight and, like... just sort of, yeah.
Yeah. So, for those not in the know,
Genuinely
Oracle
looks like he's
is...
a sort of Fathers for Justice demonstrator instead or something.
So, Oracle is Barbara Gordon, and she's Commissioner Gordon's daughter. So,
Yeah.
that's why she's all
Was she
upset about...
Batgirl or something?
Yeah, she was Batgirl, and then it was during
Paralyzed
the...
her.
It was during the
Sorry,
Killing
spoilers.
Joke when the Joker paralyzed her. So
Okay.
he shot her in the back and then had like a bunch of babies crawling around her and then left her like that for Commissioner Gordon to find, and then he like completely messed with